Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to all of them which are following us from remote. We came now to the conclusion of this conference. Everything which is nice, of course, has an end, so this also has an end. And I would like to thank all of you for being part of a fifth Southeastern Conference on Sustainable Development of Energy, Water and Environment Systems. And I would like just to thank also very much the organizers, which were the University of Zagreb, Istituto Superior Técnico Lisbon, University of Tirana, University of Vlore, and the executive organizers, International Center for Sustainable Development of Energy, Water and Environment Systems, and also the Croatian Energy Transition. Furthermore, I would like to thank all the basic sponsors which supported this conference. And short the statistics regarding this conference, we had 130 on-site and 70 online participants from 36 countries and 5 continents which attended the conference. We had 109 papers which were presented on-site orally in 14 regular and 4 special sessions, plus 3 plenary lectures and panels. 5 oral and 2 poster presentations were not carried out. Meanwhile, there was 1 live side event. 185 online presentations were available, plus 3 recorded plenary lectures. Regarding the publications, I would like now to invite Professor Dujic for the possibility of further publication. So the floor is yours, Professor Dujic.
Thank you, Kledi, very much. Thank you for helping this conference come to Vlore, and I think you enjoyed it. I saw that on Tuesday, and but the fun now is finished. Now we go to hard work, because of course you would like to have your papers published. What SDEWES do, we try to organize special issues in some of our partner journals and publish 1 special issue per year. So that means we will be starting inviting papers only after the Paphos conference, which is in November. So you still have time to improve your papers, but take into account that you will have only 30 days once you get an invitation, if you get it, of course, it's not promised. Only 30 days, no extensions. So work on your paper before November, because you will be asked to publish it quickly. And of course, the winter can come with another bout of corona or monkeypox or who knows what. So no excuses, because we are pressed by publishers and by editors-in-chief to do it quickly. Usually saying we are not pressed. We have this questionnaire timings which say we should finish special issue in more or less 6, 7, 8 months. And that is a reason why we only have relatively short deadline for sending the paper. Which paper will be invited? How the process will go? First thing, we will check on the lists of papers that were not presented. Of course, there is always papers which were not presented, but SDEWES is very happy to be one of the conferences that has only maybe 2% of papers which don't get presented. Because we, as you know, have very harsh policy of canceling the papers that were not presented. We want you here, we want you also online, we want you that you show your work to the others, so that others can comment on it, learn from it. This is the meaning of the conference. So after we do that, we will wait until the next conference, and then at some point we will send you a questionnaire asking you to rank journals according to your preference. But this preference is not your liking. This is your reasonable, rational opinion where your paper would suit the best. So you have to check on the scope and see which journals are actually covering the scope of your paper. If you put the wrong one, you will not be selected in, is because your papers are better than the general papers arriving to the journal. But the review process is the same. We keep the quality depending on the journal. So your paper has to be prepared according to the guidelines of the journal. Don't send a paper that is not prepared for this particular journal. Literature review has to be written in a way that this journal likes it. You know, if you don't cite any papers from that journal, then you are not proving that you are in the scope of that journal. So you might get rejected just because a first handling editor might think your paper is out of scope. So it's important that you, once you get invited, you should already have your results, your methods done, but then you go to see the style of the journal. Different journals have different style, and rewrite a little bit, especially literature review, to be fitting to that journal. And then you submit, and then hopefully you get accepted after a few months of review. So if there is any question on the publishing process, maybe now it's the right time. If there are no questions, then I can say that everything understood everything, and we will have lots of nice special issues. I would like to thank now the local organizing committee. I think some members are here, so they could stand up to see them. Please. I would especially like to thank you very much, to thank Kledi, who helped me during the last 2 years. With organizing this conference, it was not easy. It's not really conference city, but it has good potential. You see, it's quite empty at this time of the year, and the weather is perfect. So I hope that Vlore will learn from us, and it will become a big conference center, because in Dubrovnik we have too many conferences. We have to move some down to the south. Also, I think she's not here. I also would like to thank very much Andrea, because it was her big baptism conference in which she did most of the work of these small details that have to be done, and she did it perfectly. So I'd like to thank also everybody else on this list. Thank you. I hope you had also fun here, and that also scientific results that you presented here will be published in special issues or outside of special issues, because publishing is important for researchers. And that leads me to another issue. I would like to remind you that we also have a journal, Journal of Sustainable Development of Energy, Water and Environment Systems, and that we would also invite your submissions, good submissions, to this journal. It is in Scopus. It is also in Web of Science, but only emerging index, so we don't have impact factor. We still need a bit more of citations. Think about citing your own papers from SDEWES in other journals, because it's also your interest, because you're part of the SDEWES community, and we want to have a strong SDEWES journal. So we need good citations from great journals. And I think I have finished with the after conference part, and I would like to invite you to our future conferences. In July, we are organizing one in Sao Paulo, which will most probably be online. And then we are organizing one in November in Paphos. Paphos is a great place, touristic one, and with great climate in November. 24 temperatures air, 25 temperature sea. So maybe you want still to catch the opportunity and submit an abstract for Paphos. And also we are coming back to Dubrovnik in September 24 to October 2nd to Dubrovnik. Goran will be helping us there to bring SDEWES once again to this beautiful city of Dubrovnik, where SDEWES started from in 2002. And with this, I would like to thank you all. And Lenny, do you want to maybe close the conference?
I would also like to thank all of you for being part of this conference, and because without you, this conference wouldn't be successful. So a big thank, and hope to see you back in Vlore, maybe next time again.
Thank you.